Let's cover the classic A Bronx Tale. Released in 1993, this movie has been considered one of the best movies of its time, and for good reason. Today, we'll briefly dive into the movie and examine its significance in American culture and film history. A Bronx Tale takes us back to the 1960s, in the Bronx, New York, unfolding as a coming-of-age tale. Our protagonist is Calogero Anello, a young Italian-American who becomes an eyewitness to a murder committed by Sonny, a local mob boss. As the story progresses, Calogero forms a bond with Sonny, who becomes a mentor-like figure, imparting valuable life lessons along the way. What made A Bronx Tale so unique for its time was its exploration of the Italian-American experience, and the issues of identity and loyalty that arise in a neighborhood torn between law and order and the influence of organized crime. The movie also touches on themes of race and class as Calogero navigates his relationship with his working-class Italian-American family and his attraction to an African-American girl. At the time of its release, A Bronx Tale was a breath of fresh air in the crime genre. While other movies at the time, such as Goodfellas and The Godfather, romanticized the Italian-American mafia, A Bronx Tale portrayed it in a more realistic and nuanced way. The movie explores the complexity of family, loyalty, and identity in a way that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. One of the reasons why A Bronx Tale was so successful was the incredible performances by the cast. Robert De Niro, who directed the movie and played Lorenzo Anello, Calogero's father, delivered a special performance that captured the complexities of a man who is torn between loyalty and his community, and his desire to protect his family. Chaz Palminteri, who wrote the original play and screenplay and also played Sonny, gave a captivating and memorable performance that made the character both intimidating and sympathetic. The movie also launched the careers of several young actors, including Lilo Brancato, who played the teenage Calogero, and Terrell Hicks, who played Calogero's love interest. Both actors went on to have successful careers in film and television. Note that while Lilo's career did experience notable successes, his personal life has been spoiled by legal issues unrelated to his acting career. In 2005, he was arrested and later convicted for his involvement in the murder of a police officer. Surely these events have had a significant impact on his life and subsequent endeavors. One of the most interesting themes in A Bronx Tale is its exploration of race and identity. In the movie, Calogero falls in love with an African-American girl named Jane, which creates tension within his community. His friends and family are racist, and his father struggles with accepting his son's relationship. Throughout the movie, Calogero learns important lessons about race and the dangers of prejudice. His relationship with Sonny, who is an Italian-American mob boss, teaches him that loyalty and respect should not be based on race or ethnicity. Sonny's acceptance of Jane is a crucial moment in the movie, as it shows that even someone involved in organized crime can have a sense of morality and decency. However, the movie is not perfect in its portrayal of race. While it attempts to tackle the issue of racism with the Italian-American community, it does so through the lens of a white gaze. Jane, the only significant black character in the movie, is not fully developed, and her story is mostly used to teach Calogero a lesson about race. In addition, the portrayal of African Americans in the movie is not without controversy. Some critics have argued that the movie perpetuates negative stereotypes of black people, and for portraying black men as a threat to safety of white people. It's important to note that A Bronx Tale was released in the early 1990s, at a time when discussions about race and racism were becoming more mainstream in American culture. While the movie does have its flaws in its portrayal of race, it's noteworthy that it was one of the few movies at the time that attempted to address these issues in a meaningful way. While A Bronx Tale is a unique movie in its own right, there are several other films that explore similar themes of identity, loyalty, and race. One of the most obvious examples is Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, which was released in 1989, just a few years before A Bronx Tale. Like A Bronx Tale, Do the Right Thing explores the complexities of race relations in America and the tensions that arise in a community that is divided by race and class. Another movie that touches on similar themes is American History X, which was released in 1998. While American History X is a much darker and more violent movie than A Bronx Tale, it explores similar issues of identity and loyalty. The movie follows a white supremacist who begins to question his beliefs after he's sent to prison for killing a black man. I may do a video on this another time. If I were to choose my favorite scenes from A Bronx Tale, there are two that stand out to me. The first is when Sonny and Calogero stroll down the street and Sonny imparts his wisdom about Machiavelli and the importance of being available. This scene spiked my curiosity and was the driving reason I eventually read The Prince. Great book, by the way. The second scene that resonates with me is when Sonny and C find themselves in Sonny's Cadillac, where Sonny introduces C to the infamous door test. I actually used this test on a girl once after buying my first car. It was a 1995 Buick Regal with manual locks, and the girl failed miserably. So A Bronx Tale is a classic movie that has definitely stood the test of time. Its exploration of Italians in the Bronx and the issues of identity and loyalty that arise in a community torn between law and order and organized crime continue to resonate with audiences today. While the movie is not without controversy, it remains an important and thought-provoking film that has left a lasting impact on American culture, film history, and me personally. If you haven't seen the film, I suggest you do so. And if you like the Why Quick series, consider subscribing. And please feel free to drop a comment about your favorite scene in the film or whatever else is on your mind. Thanks for watching. Take care.